and welcome to Long's Toys. I have another Transformers Generations review for you today. This is Tankor. As you can see, it comes with an IDW comic book. If we get a little bit closer, you can see him here in the bubble. He looks very show accurate, which I'm very excited about. If we go ahead and look on the back, you can see a nice picture of his robot in alt mode. And if you'd like to read his bio, go right ahead. So let's go ahead and get this guy out of the packaging and take a look. Alright, so here's Tankor. On the back he's kind of mainly dark blue, but in the front he's kind of mainly this light, pale, bluish color. If we get in close and take a look at his head, it's not bad. I would have liked maybe a little bit more detail. It's mostly the light pale blue color, so all the detailing kind of just washes out. But he's obviously his front faceplate is painted silver. His eyes are red. I believe it is... No, is it light piping? I believe it is light piping. Here on the back. So I like the head sculpt, but I wish that maybe they would have used a little bit more paint just to bring out some more of the details. Because it's kind of just a large chunk of this light blue, pale blue color. But if I zoom back out, he does have some nice detailing on the chest. I really like the Viacon symbol. Articulation wise, his head moves side to side. His shoulder gun can kind of, there's a swivel here and it can kind of go back on his back, which I appreciate. And then it could go forward, something like that. It's another friction missile where you load it in and then you push this, very similar to how the gun on Lockdown worked. You push this in and it just kind of fires out, and then this piece extends out again so that you can load it in. Shoulder wise, there's a swivel here and also a little bit of a hinge, but because of the kind of bulky shoulder piece it can't go too much. Right here there's a swivel, and then 90 degrees at the elbow, and then there's another pin joint beneath that, so you could do like 2 elbows basically. And then he's got these pincer claws that open and close. He does not have torso articulation, but down here at the hip it can go front to back and out to the side. And then he's got a, not quite 90 degrees. It kind of can go forward and a little bit back. But because of this piece, it hinders it a little bit, but you can move it. So he's got decent knee articulation. And then these treads, which are kind of his feet, can move around a little bit as well. So he's got pretty decent articulation. I mean, he kind of rolls around on his treads. I think he looks pretty good. Like I said, my only complaint is the kind of light pale blue color that makes up most of them. It's not that I don't like the color, it's just that especially on the head, I feel like it drowns out some of the detail. But alright, we'll go ahead and move on to his transformation. So Tankor's transformation is pretty simplistic. Just kind of push the turret back out of the way. You're going to start by right here, and I did miss a couple points of articulation. Right here above the knee, there is a swivel, so you can move his arm there. And actually right where the forearm meets the second elbow, there's a point of articulation that I didn't even see. So you're going to start by turning the legs around here, just 180 degrees. Then you're going to push these pieces down, and then you're going to rotate these blue panels down, just like that. Then this whole torso section is going to just pull out. The panel with the head on it is going to flip forward, just straighten out. And then this is all going to swing forward down here. Now you'll see there's 2 pegs, one on the inside of the legs here, and that's going to peg in here. And the directions tells you to do that now, but you're going to need to wait, because when you come to the arms, at the point of articulation that I previously said didn't exist, you're going to point these 90 degrees, And then the whole arms are just going to collapse on each other. That's why they have those two elbows. And then they're going to fold in, just like that. Now, if you can see down here, there's two tabs, or I should say two pegs, like octagonal pegs. Actually, they're hexagon. No, yeah, hexagon pegs. And underneath here, there's two peg holes. So if you peg it in, if you peg the legs in, you won't be able to drop this down on top. So once you peg that in there, then you can peg the legs in down here. And then just kind of position the turret however you want. And that's it. That is Tankor's tank mode. Like I said, it's very simplistic, but I don't think it's bad. I mean, Tankor was kind of 100 drones, so it makes sense that they have quick transformations because they're just living weapons, basically. So I think it works for the character. If you've ever seen Beast Machines, that's what he's from. If you're a Transformer fan, you probably know what Beast Machines are, or is, as a show. But I think it's pretty good. I like it. I kind of wish the gun, I liked it better when, I think the one from Beast Machines had like some chrome on here, and it wasn't a flick fire, it just kind of spun. So making it like a friction missile, I don't know, to me made it a little bit less desirable, but it's not a big deal. Like I said, I like the color that they chose, the kind of pale, steely blue color. But, I don't know, on the head, it just makes it seem like it just washes all the detail out. But, otherwise, I do like this vehicle mode. I always liked how you could see his head in both modes and he could talk while he's driving around. I always thought that was funny. So, I think it's a pretty good mode. So overall, I do like Tankor. He's a bit simplistic for a deluxe. I feel like he almost fits in a size class between like Scout and Deluxe. I would have liked to see a little bit more. He's got kind of these little dials that move here on his forearms, but nothing really happens with them. It would have been nice to see like them flip out and be kind of like saw blades like Tankor used to have on the show. I don't know, maybe just a little bit more. Seeing as how the transformation is so simplistic, maybe they could have given them some more accessories or gimmicks or something to that effect. Or if he could have come with the little drone that he had like working for him and Megatron as like a spy, that little drone with the wings, I thought that was something like that would be really cool. So I do like the toy. Like I said, he's a little simplistic. And overall, I like this kind of steely blue color, but maybe some more coloring or a little bit more detail or just something to break it up. I appreciate the silver up here on the shoulders. Another thing to note, on mine at least, the panel that his head is connected to, this whole steely blue silver panel, is pegged into the chest panel with like a rod and a clip. And every time I swivel it, the rod pops out of the clip. It's not a big deal because you can pop it right back in, but just something to note. Make sure if it's doing the same on yours that you don't force it or stress that peg or anything like that. So overall, I think he's pretty good. I do like the design, and I do like the character. Like I said, I feel like since the transformation is so simplistic, maybe they could have done a little bit more. If you can find this guy like at a Walmart for $9.96 or whatever, I would say grab him. But if you find him at like Target or Toys R Us and he's like $15, maybe you want to wait. I'm not sure. I don't know if he's quite worth the full price of a deluxe, but if you're a huge fan of Tankor, it might be a no-brainer for you. But please let me know what you guys think in the comments. Please like and share this video. Please make sure you're subscribed. There'll be links in the description for my Facebook and Twitter. I hope you've enjoyed this review of Transformers Generations Tankor, and thanks for watching.